Well, hi there, and welcome to episode 33 of the Road to Dice Gear series. I'm the Tin Man, or the SN Man, and I've been gone a while, but I'll explain that later. Just, here's the episode. The first part of it's from before I was gone, and the last couple are from after, so enjoy. I've really been trying to do more Angel of Death, because some people have a sentiment of, like, they want to get the Praezel Codex before they really hunt down Telos, and some people have a sentiment of, like, they really want to get the Saren Godbow before they go do a bunch of AOD. And I'm kind of like in either camp, and I'm just doing both, but I'm trying to mix in AOD more so it's not just solely Telos. Oh, hey! Wow. Congrats.
Congrats.
Yeah. I'm like...
Congrats.
Oh my god. I'm really happy if anyone in the team gets a drop. Like, fucking congrats, man.
Angel Death is a lot of fun, even though I forget the luck ring like a good portion of the time, and I'm really bad at not throwing in auto attacks in instinctively when I'm using mech chins to try to keep them. And don't tell anyone that I, like, ran out of chins halfway through this trip. Just, like, don't mention it to the people that you see in the clip here. We'll just forget that happened. So I've been running a little low on cash lately, and I've had to start, like, alching stuff to actually keep up my cash stack. And I decided that I really don't want to spend, like, hours and hours alching just to make up for deaths and stuff that I know I'm going to have in the future. So I'm just going to turn my techie into GP, and the best way to do this is to buy the regular helmets of any style, no particular reason I chose melee, and then just have a friend kill you in the wilderness or red portal or something, and then your money will drop to the ground. And if you're an Ironman, make sure your friend doesn't pick up the money, because if your friend picks up the money, then he'll obviously not be able to transfer it over to you. So you just need to really be careful about that, because there's been a couple situations where an Ironman has had their main friend kill them, and then their main friend doesn't know and picks up the item and, like, tries to trade it to them. Like, I know that happened to one Iron Man who did that with his Nox staff to get rid of the augmenters right near the release of Invention, and that's just really unfortunate. So make sure your main friend, if it's a main, doesn't pick up the money, and then just die, and then your money will appear on the ground. So in this case, I had 23 I had 23 Acto-Terralith helmets, and that turned into 96.6 mil. So it's pretty good, and that cost me just under 200k techie. So now I just go, and I pick up the money, and I make sure that my main, quote, friend doesn't pick it up for me, and it's on this square here, and then I'm good to go. So if you've got a lot of techie, you can get a lot of money from this method. And once you've already got all the armor and all the codexes and stuff, there's not really much else to do with the techie unless you want to buy codexes and transfer the money over to a main. But, I mean, nowadays with the codexes being so cheap, the buying helmets and turning those into GP is just about the same GP per techie as actually buying the codices. So 6 to 1, half a dozen of the other. If you want the money on your Iron Man, this is definitely the way to go. If you want the money on your main, you can really pick either way. There it is, there's the coins, 96 mil, and then we teleport out of the wilderness, and we're good to go. And just like that, we're back over 100 mil cash stack. With all that money, it was time to go die at Telos a bunch of times. And the last week before I took my vacation, it was the end of the month, and so I just re-upped for like another single week, and my internet was downgraded. So it was like mostly normal when I wasn't streaming, and then I tried streaming, and then the ping was just awful and just completely unpredictable, and it changed a bunch of times, and it was weirdly laggy, so it didn't go that great. Ooh. Oh my god! What? What? What the hell? What the fuck?
Dude, back to back.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
What the hell is that
Oh
shit?
my
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. What?
I'm in tears,
Dude,
man.
what the hell?
Holy crap, what is this?
Oh my god. I
What?
just cannot stop laughing right now.
Oh my god, that's like
That's
rarer than
really
any
lucky.
drop.
Mega lol.
I haven't
What the hell is this shit?
Tin Man stream.
Dude, it was our first kill, Matt.
Oh my
Was that the
god.
first kill?
Yeah.
That was the
I literally
first
just
kill.
opened the stream and saw that.
Oh my
dude.
god. Okay.
Congrats.
What the hell am I gonna do with this? So, me being the good teammate that I am, I went right back into the next kill instead of spending the 15 minutes or so that I wanted to respond to PMs and all sorts of other things and look at the outfit and all that sorts of stuff. And in case you didn't know, the chests are like 1 in 1,200 per kill, like not even per person, versus the codexes, which are like 1 in 30, and the wands, which are like 1 in 300 about. So it's way rarer than anything that's like even useful. So that's why it's cool to get it, but it's kind of like getting the backstab cape from a clue. You'd much rather get a die. Alright. Let's see what that ice chest looks like. Would you like to open the chest? Yes. Unlock the Glacies Battle Robes Cosmetic Override. Neat. Alright, let's put this on. That's not the right one. There it is. Battle Robes, Glacies. That looks pretty cool, to be honest. That looks pretty cool. Alright, let's turn off the helmet there and put on our classic chromatic party hat. So it looks like they hide the cape. So if I put this on, I'm gonna have to get a max cape to match that. That's not quite the right color for the cape, but that's close. I'll figure out like the exact colors later, but that's close. I like this though. These look nice as fuck. That's really cool. I really like how the outfits look, especially the ice one. I don't know how some of the other ones look, but that looks nice. I am still trying to fit in a bunch of raids, but my schedule's been a little erratic, like, for the last while, so it's been a little hard, but hopefully eventually I'll have that settled back together, and I'll be able to do raids on a more regular occasion anymore, instead of half of the time or 2/3 of the time going with random people instead of a set team. And then, of course, Telos again, which all goes well and all is totally fine up until I, of course... Let's see the damage. There's some energies in Rocktails, so it's not that bad, but it's still not ideal. I just can't wait for the day when I'm good enough at Telos that I can just do 999% claims so that I can't, like, die on something stupid 4 hours into a streak and, like, quote, lose the 4 hours or however long the streak lasted to get up to the higher end rages. I can just do 99 claims, and if I die, then I die, and I lose, what, like 5 or 10 minutes of stuff and some supplies. Like, it's way worse in terms of, like, supplies that you lose versus the supplies that you get, like Rocktails and energy in the chests, but for being so much harder, there kind of seems to be less risk involved with that. Hey, there we go!
Except you don't need it. Fuck yourself.
Wow, congrats.
That's still very nice.
I've seen a lot of codices, but I think by the odds I'm not due one yet. Ooh, that's beautiful. I kind of just want to claim that. Really just want to claim that. Nah, I'm gonna keep going. Man, getting single Onyx drops from Telos is great. Like, replenishing all the Onyxes you get. Like, I've seen some people that use, like, 3 Hydrix items at once while Telosing, which I don't really understand, but, you know, you do you. Except when I, of course, die, like, every single time I get a single Onyx drop, so you'd think I'd figure out at this point that single Onyx drops are the same as getting nothing, essentially. 120 mage off a minion. There it is. Totally intended. I've mastered their skill. Is there anything else? Wait, how can a cape be kept secret like that? That seems kind of dumb that, like, I've kept this massive secret. It's a cape! 120k. I think so. Ooh. Alright. Let's see how this looks. There's 120 mage. Yeah, I don't know. I think the max cape does look better with the... Maybe I might need the div one or something. Go for 120 div just for the fashion scape. These next couple clips happened right after Skyboxes came out, which you can access by right-clicking the little globe of the world map and hitting Skyboxes, and you can change how the skybox looks and how the lighting is affected, which is pretty cool. I like it. I mean, I eventually just went back to normal because that's what I'm used to in high-intensity PVM, while having distracting lighting and colors and weird stuff is not usually the best, but, you know, whatever floats your boat. You may have noticed that I've died a lot, and at this point, I was way too just hell-bent on getting to the higher end rages and trying to get a dormant before I had to take off, and all these things just compounded where I wasn't really in the best state of mind to be doing this, so I made a lot of mistakes, a lot more than I should have. And obviously you don't want to be spending around 15 to 18 minutes on low range kills just to be super ridiculously safe, but at the same time you don't want to be rushing through them to the point where you're making a bunch of dumb mistakes. I love being on Lunars. You know, I think at this point with all the fails and the deaths and all the cosmetics that I've been unlocking, I think we may as well just call this one the Fashionscape episode. I think that's the most fitting title for this. And I'm sure now you can see where the inspiration for the thumbnail for this episode is drawn. But, you know, this streak is the one I really buckled down, focused tight, and... No, just kidding. This one right here. This is the one. This is the streak that's going to take me all the way to that Dormant Zeros God Sword or Dormant Saren God Bow, whichever comes first, or, you know, both. Maybe I'll get one and risk it till I get the other, or maybe I'll just get both in one drop. Just because no one's seen anyone get 2 uniques in 1 kill before doesn't mean it can't happen. You know? You can't prove a negative. Yes! Oh my god, that was a 4 Onyx drop. That's a lot of Onyxes. This streak was the one. Like, sure, I was having that weird lag where sometimes I had 50 ping, sometimes I had 300, 400, 500. It would change wildly sometimes, you know, within a couple seconds of each other, but it was fine. It was fine. This is the one. If I wasn't going to get a Dormant or an Orb on this streak, I was going to take it all the way to 1,000. This was the streak, and I literally hit resonance and nothing happened. That's not cool. Well, let's see what the damage is. I know I've got at least a couple Onyxes in there. 3 Onyxes. Some money, energy, rocktails. So, this is about where I took off, and I would have made an episode with what I had, but I really didn't feel like there was enough content, and I was working super hard at the very end to try to get a Dormant, which obviously didn't happen. That I worked all the way up to the deadline where I had to leave, so I really didn't have enough time at that point to even make the episode with what I had. Well, I'm back. Let's see how this goes. I wonder if I'm going to get the little green message for this person has returned. Go say hi, or something. And I've still got a Sign of Life on cooldown. Great. So, I have been gone about 2 months. I was expecting originally to be gone closer to about 3 months, but the last month of it was less of a I'm consistently gone and more of a I'm gone on and off for a week here, a week there. So I decided I'd rather come back now and then maybe be missing for a week or so in the middle than, like, wait to come back until later, I guess. But I'm here. I might have to take, you know, week or so breaks later on, but I'm here for now. And a lot has changed in the game since I was gone. Menaphos came out, and the Magister weapons came out. The Tier 92 melee weapons, which take a long time to get. And from what I've been hearing, I don't know if this is the most accurate, but it takes somewhere between like 60 mil and 90 mil Slayer XP to build up the keys to get an average chance at getting it. So that's a big commitment. They're intending it to be like Legios, with Rarari being the main farmable method for them, except for these new ones, you have to do Slayer for them instead of just being able to camp them off of a task. So, discussion question. I don't feel too firmly either way because, 1, I don't know enough information, and 2, I don't know exactly what you guys would want to see, but would you rather have the Magister weapons tacked on to the Road to Dice Gear series, and Road to Dice Gear series would be expanded to include the Comp Cape, since if I was going to go for the Magister weapons, I may as well go for 120 Slayer. If I'm going for 120 Slayer, I may as well go for Comp Cape. So those would all get lumped into the goal as well, and this would become less of a super extreme PVM series and turn slightly more into a Slayer series towards the end, which I'm fine with. Or would you guys rather have Drygor stay as the dice gear, and then once this series is over, then we would shift into another series of a Road to Comp Cape series where we would go for the Magister weapons and we would go for 120 Slayer and all the associated things. So let me know what you guys think. Put your thoughts in the comments and I'll definitely read them. But I have gotten into Telos again. You know, it was going pretty well. You know, it was a little shaky at first, but, you know, I think I've gotten a little more into the groove of things. What the fuck?